Quick background on Gan.ai. We're leading AI video right now in the global market, really taking on a lot of big names, going from projects from Samsung, Pepsi, Coca-Cola to more sales-oriented roles like Salesforce, Fathom Realty, some healthcare ones like Envision and AmSurge, doing some amazing things with AI video there for patient health, and some exciting projects with the San Antonio Spurs that we just did very recently. So excited to walk you guys through it. A little bit of background here about myself. I'm the enterprise account director here at Gan.ai after their US expansion here about a year ago now. They've just raised about a year ago now, again, $5 million from Sequoia Capital to grow from India into the international market. Very strong team, very proud to be a part of that team. They've been to India myself just recently and had a chance to connect with my team and see how hardworking they all are and how on top of they are to get this product developed and grown as quickly as they have. They lock themselves in bunkers for, I want to say 2 months at a time with the engineering team, and you see them come out for air once every while. But that's really why this product is so amazing from our side. Background on myself, I studied psychobiology, computing and cog sci. I always knew I wanted to work in AI. Trying to figure out how to make it healthcare oriented as much as I can, which I do at my roles. Last job, I worked at Basic AI and became the co-founder there after working for about 4 years building their international market in the US. Worked with some amazing projects, groundbreaking stuff with Stanford in patient care and automated agriculture with AGCO, the biggest agriculture manufacturer in the world. So a lot of AI experience, project and actual education. Gan.ai's product is very impressive. And it's going to have a little bit of background here about the evolution of marketing that's related to this. So we actually see between 4,000 and 10,000 ads every day. So sounds like a lot, but if you think about all the paper ads you see on walls and you see all the social media posts coming at you, there's a lot going out. And how do you stand out in today's market? With 10,000 ads a day, what do you do to stand out from the crowd? So engagement is the thing driving evolution here. This is the main factor of why people are changing the way that they interact from companies to customers, from customers to customers, from individual brand owners. People are looking for better ways to engage with their audience and to get that engagement stats, those KPIs back, which ultimately lead to sales in one way or another. So a history of this, essentially, a lot of different ways of marketing and advertising. The first radio advertisement was made here in 1926. This is, of course, audio only. Just a few years after the first radio broadcast, people got on the radio and thought, wow, this would be great to sell some stuff. Immediately got on there, started making a jingle for cereal, the Wheaties. Then a few years later here, television ad comes out just 2 years after the first marketing ad for television as ever for the Bulva watch. And as we progress to the early versions of the internet, the first email marketing campaign in 1978 actually generated $12 million with 400 emails. Don't think you can do that as easily nowadays, but there's some technology to help you get there. Each email here, important thing was the email was personalized with the name of the recipient in the subject line. And we're going to see that becomes a frequently occurring theme as we expand through these mediums and as technology progresses. So a couple of years later, now that email marketing is getting bigger, we're going from text to image. We actually have ads here that are image oriented now from AT&T in 2004 as we got the internet speeds to be able to support images being displayed in quick advertising form there. Again, this was another one that really groundbroke a lot of ads, and people were tricked into clicking on this ad and ended up purchasing AT&T data plans, I guess. And as we see this evolution of mediums coming through, we see platforms mimicking this in our culture as well. So from Facebook, a text-only platform, the time it took to make $1 million was 10 months. To make $1 billion was 8.7 years. And Instagram, we go forward to images. Time to make 1 million was 2 months. Time to make 1 billion was 7.7 years. TikTok, now we have video, 9 months to 100 million and 1 billion in 5.1 years. So these platforms are taking advantage of the mode of the time, the medium of the time. And we'll see that as we progress, it's going to be hard to stay competitive across these 10,000 ads every year, every minute, every day you say this, if you're not using the maximum medium here, which is video. So a lot of people are looking to implement video throughout their marketing campaigns, whether it's generalized video or if it's animated video. People are looking ways to implement video, and you see this become a frequently occurring theme with big brands like Nike, which in 2015 was one of the first to actually use personalized videos for Nike users. Something similar to a Spotify Wrapped, where they take data from your historical Nike purchases and put together a very unique experience for you that includes personalized aspects that'll make you stand out in those advertisements. And personalization is one of the things you can do on top of improving the medium from text to videos. You can personalize every form of marketing, whether it's someone's name, some information you have about them, their city, their date of birth, their gender, whatever it may be that you can use to pique a little bit more interest than a general ad would. That's how you pull people in and start getting them to listen. And you'll see that statistic reflected in viewing time rates with personalization of videos. And from 2015 to now, our most recent project with the San Antonio Spurs using AI and AR for fan engagement. So another layer here, we're actually personalizing content for fans at scale in a way that speaks out to them and gets them to stand out in this market. So I'm going to be speaking with you guys about what we're doing at Gan.ai and how we're kind of leading this marketing evolution with AI video personalization. A few quick examples for you guys here.
Austin, Texas, are you ready for Spurs basketball? Back for year 2 of our I-35 series. And now it gives me great pleasure in attendance to cheer on the Spurs, Cassandra. Let's hear it, Spurs fans.
Couple of different examples there of a few different types of visual AI personalization in videos, along with a example of audio personalization in videos. So that kind of ties into the products that we have again and the technology that we're helping refine. So the range of how personalized this becomes and what medium you're using there is related to the offerings that we have. So the studio offering focuses more heavy on the AI lip sync side, where it's actually a computer vision tracking the lip movement, recreating the lip movement, and recreating the audio cloning to produce different words in the same speech, in the same visual person that's speaking. So we can record a video for one person and use AI to personalize it for everyone as if we recorded it for them uniquely. And so that's where the studio product lives. A lot of applications there across marketing and sales that we'll get into. A little bit in between here, the flips that comes after the AI animations. That's more of the infographic style video that you might see from a credit card company or from, that Spotify Wrapped, like I mentioned before, where it's just the visuals, it's just maybe some audio paired with that. But the animations themselves and the text that's in there, along with the visuals, those can all be personalized dynamically for a scale of tens of thousands or millions. And then augmented reality uses a little bit of both of these to create text and visuals in a real world dynamic environment paired with audio manipulation, audio cloning to create this synthetic reality feel. Obviously, this isn't real time. This is a post-processing that would be done for advertisements. So a little bit different than all of these other styles, but very cool applications that come together. So a couple more examples here just to give you context on what I mean by infographic style. So one of the ones here is one we did for Amazon Music. So this will be that infographic style with just a little bit of personalization throughout. I'll go through a little bit of this in pause, but you'll get an idea here quickly of how this could relate to information you might have about your customers and how you can create a personalized piece of content from them.
Let's get ready for Tracy.
So pretty fun style of content. This goes a lot further than you think because this type of content is being generated in different styles, whether it's a placement for an advertisement for a promotions company doing healthcare promotions for practices, for a pharmaceutical product, giving education about their product. There's a lot of ways that you can just take a simple format like this, use AI to personalize it, and get infinitely more content. So that actually applies to a lot of use cases. And a more interesting one here, the AR, augmented reality example here. This is kind of what you would think of when you think of AI, but the applications get pretty unique. So I'll show you an example here and talk about how it can be used. Yes. So now we have a different environment. This is all personalized based on the geography of the person that's seeing this video. So you could take one video like this and scale it to every country in the world, every state in the world, every county even, and create tens of millions of these and personalize them each for each location and geography, and then segment the pay-per-click campaigns for advertisement to be specific to those areas. So you could really scale up a campaign that would take infinite hours to record or to process manually. If you had someone working at Adobe After Effects to create this for 100 locales, that would cost you quite a bit of money. So with AI, you can now scale that and optimize that, make it dynamic for millions of people with only the investment it takes to take on one medium to small size project, which really until this year and last year was not possible in the market. And we did exactly that with Samsung. So we took that human lip sync style video and we personalized a video from a very famous actress here, Aaliyah Bhatt, which has about 60 million followers on Instagram. So Samsung paired with this influencer to create a new campaign demonstrating their product, the Z Fold 4, which some of you may have. So I'll show you that video here. Oh, or I will miss it.
Rush to Prakash Enterprises store to unfold your world like never before. Rush to Sri G Telecom to unfold your world like never before. Rush to iPhonics store to unfold your world like never before. Rush to GP Telecom to unfold your world like never before. Rush to City Collection to unfold your world like never before. Rush to Sun Digital to unfold your world like never before.
So this was the first time that instead of saying go to your local Samsung retailer, your local Samsung dealer, what may you have, they actually use the store name closest to the person that this advertisement was targeting. So if you hear a local store name within 5 meters of you that you're very familiar with, we can say that you have it in quantity, in stock at this time, right down the street from you. And that's just another element where when you hear your favorite dish from a restaurant that's local to you, when you hear a very local store name or something very centric to your locale, that's when you pause on an advertisement. You say, wait, okay, this is actually relevant to me. And that's how you pull people into this world of marketing. So this is just one example of how we've scaled this up across different use cases. This is not using actual people's names. We didn't have access to people's names. We just had information we knew that would be relevant near them. So we played on that to emphasize the effect of the personalization. And this campaign did very well back in this time. Another great example of this, where we actually had the person's name, we integrated with the Mumbai Indians, which is one of the world's largest sports franchises. I don't know if you're a cricket fan at all, but in the US, we don't really have them. So this is a very large team, about 12 million on socials, and they had integrated this technology with their Instagram posts for 10 posts throughout the on-season. So whoever commented on those posts would get a personalized video from their favorite player, thanking them for being a fan by name. And they would be able to share that with all their friends on social media, pass that around, got a quite viral effect that really expanded. So as they comment, quite quickly, within 2 minutes from that same Instagram account, they get back that video personalized from their favorite player. So some of these, there's a nuance to it, but when you get a video from like this from a fan, from your favorite athlete, it becomes a collectible. It becomes very rare, and this is a one-time thing that they can offer, that you'll get a video from LeBron James saying your name and inviting your friend to come to a conference, inviting them to come out to the NBA playoffs. So that's a video that will be priceless in the future in these campaigns. So it's a one-time collectible essentially. And people saw a lot of value in that. 5,000 organic reposts in just 2 weeks, 150,000 comments and personalized videos sent. and really 10x the engagement across these posting compared to their season before. So it's an amazing effect. The bigger the company, the bigger your application, the bigger the impact. And of course, we did see the San Antonio Spurs one. I will show you one more video here because I loved how the first stab we took, we had a kind of monotone sounding voice. They asked us to amp it up and we were able to do that. So
Austin, Texas, are you ready for Spurs basketball? Back for year 2 of our I-35 series. And now it gives me great pleasure in attendance to cheer on the Spurs. William, let's hear it, Spurs fans. Go, Spurs, go! Go, Spurs, go!
So they sent this to everyone who bought a ticket for these 2 games in Austin, Texas. During South by Southwest was the same weekend. We actually met up with them because we were debuting at South by Southwest and we announced the AI winners at South by Southwest just a week after debuting this engagement campaign. And we got a significant improvement in their click-through rates, about 35% increase from non-personalized video messaging that they were sending. So a lot of different applications, from Vivo sending messages to internal employees, personalized for everyone on their birthdays and their milestones within the company. This example of web loans, going through and sharing information about people's loans and housing information. Fun video from Santa to kids. They would come in, type in their name, city, what presents they were going to get their friends, and they would get this entire long video from Santa personalized for them. So you can see lots of videos of kids watching this with their parents and loving the video and feeling like Santa is actually speaking to them. So a very unique application here.
Oh, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, Amira. Santa Claus here sending you a little sprinkle of Christmas cheer and holiday magic.
So we made his little beard mouth move for a bit and did audio cloning there to match. And of course, my own holiday videos just this past Christmas, I had sent this to about 200, 300 people. Fun little conversation where they knew there's no way I sent this video to them and spent the time to record this professional shoot for them. So we had a fun conversation about AI after that. But the reaction was what I wanted and what I was going for, which was a lot of responses and conversations from this.
Hey, Jonathan. Hey, Missy. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Jake. Hey, Chris. Hey, George. I wanted to wish you, your team, and your family a happy holidays and an amazing New Year's ahead.
So a lot of different ways you can use this and send it out.
Hey, Jonathan.
I'll spend some time talking about the actual process as we're getting close to questions here. So how it works with the AI lip sync and with the animation product is you'll record a video or you'll create an After Effects animation file. You'll record an actual script here for the voiceover artist or for the person who's actually speaking into the camera. They'll use about a 3 to 6 minute AI training script where we'll match the phonetics from your voice, get all of the phonemes, capture your lip movement, and recreate that to produce those different variables. And then you're going to personalize. You're going to select the words that you want to personalize and templatize in a sense so that you can scale up and bring in information from millions of different prospects. You're going to, at this time, limit it to about 1 to 3 words per sentence and have some natural language space in between. We're actually getting to the point now where we don't need the training script and we don't need any real voice. So you'll be able to fully AI an entire video here in the next 3 to 6 months in a human-like quality. So it's going to be an interesting time to see the content that's coming out from all of this. And then, of course, you can automate this and set up automated processes that trigger upon deal stage movement, upon template calling, and can be scaled up to be delivered to millions of people through emails, social media, SMS. There's a lot of different integrations that we've done successfully that have proven to be very effective when personalized videos are introduced. So this is what the actual platform and UI looks like. You'll come in, upload your video, upload the template, and you'll select out the words that you want to templatize here. So later when we want to call a CSV with tens of millions of records, we can just put in these variables and generate all of those unique video links to be sent out. And we do have a platform and template there that makes it so that you're not downloading millions and millions of gigabytes of videos. it'll be something where you have a URL and a thumbnail that's generated, so you can embed that thumbnail and hyperlink it, and people will click on that to go over to a page with your video where we host a conversion action like book a meeting, make a call, follow through with the actual course of what the video is asking you to do, and that also is what improves conversion so significantly. And once you have all that, you can actually see the conversion in the platform and see who is converting at what time and how that's affecting everyone. Essentially, when are they dropping off in the video? When is the time that the video is doing its most performance, and how is the personalization playing? So if we click over here, we'll go over to this custom branded microsite that's customized for each person, and we'll have our video here with a Calendly, for example. And then when we come over to the platform, we'll be able to see all these engagement metrics, how many people actually clicked on the links, who specifically clicked on the link, how long did that person watch it for, how long did people watch it for on average, where are people watching it from, desktop, mobile, mostly going to be from mobile. So a lot of actual control over how well these videos are doing. You can go back and improve them and actually see how you can make each piece of content have its most impact. If you're doing marketing campaigns, a new campaign to learn from the insights for next time. If you're doing sales campaigns and they're integrated into your workflow as a consistent part of your workflow steps, then you would go back and revise those videos and update and improve those using these metrics, and gives you a very actionable tool to actually have impact with video. So that is everything I have to walk through with you guys today. We're going to do some questions now, so that will be facilitated over here, and you guys can let me know if any questions come to mind. Most of the time, no. It depends on what the content form is, but we work with healthcare clients, for example, and we don't violate HIPAA privacy concerns because we're not using any information that could be tied back to the original user. We're not using their last name. We're not using their email ID. Each of these videos refers to a first name at most, and that information that comes subsequent to that is related to that first name and is not identifiable PII, so it doesn't scale back and trace back to the customer at any point. So we've been able to scale up with healthcare clients at a massive scale of millions of videos using tons of information from patients without actually violating any of the HIPAA or PII concerns there. If we were to do, let's say, counties, hey, Orange County, hey, Ventura County, we would just get a list of every county, and then we would put it into that architecture I showed you earlier. And then that would automatically replace that variable in all the videos. So you would get 110,000 unique videos that are scaled by county. So actually saying the county by name, and then you would associate that with an automation on your PPC to get that set up for all those locales specifically. Right now, we actually had that same conversation with the Spurs. How do we get people to not put in whatever they want? You know, we can have profanity filters. We can set some sort of medium there. When there's user input, there's always going to be room for that. So we account for that by setting constraints of an allow list versus a not allow list. There's only a million things you can guess that are not allowed. People are very creative. So you have to think about what's allowed and limited to that. But most of the time, the access is not going to be given to just anyone. The user who's recording the video has to, give their consent through the beginning of the recording and ultimately through the usage of the platform with the partner that they're using. Someone can't just come to us with a video of LeBron James and make him say nasty things. It's usually from that person or from a company representing them. And the training script right now is how we get the consent, because 6 minutes of training is required. In the future, when that changes, we'll have to adapt accordingly. But again, that's not something where we give people unlimited access to use other people's data. It has to be related to you and of yourself. So there's a lot of great stuff coming out from players like HeyGen, Descript, and everyone's doing something different. A lot of what we see in AI video right now is avatars and mock-alikes, mimics. There's a few of our competitors that do that specifically and, have a decent quality. Difference here is that we're actually using a source video. We're using a real video from the person. And so there's no room for it to look uncanny. There's no room for you to, think that it's not a real person. It is a real person recording a real video. We just have to adapt that little mouth movement around that small radius to make it feel convincing. And so that's our specialization, is actually human-based marketing in that AI video sense. Everyone else who's doing it is creating a clone of that person and creating an avatar there that they use to send out these videos. And despite their best efforts, it still does not look real most of the time. It's about 80-90% of the time it looks amazing. And then 10% of the time, there's a big room for error with uncanny hand movements and gestures and things that just seem superfluous. So we are really taking an angle of videos from a person have a great impact. How do we get more videos out from that person without ruining the actual segment of what makes that effective marketing content?